You know that feeling when your heart is broken? It's like you're being pulled in two different directions at the exact same time. On one hand, you've got this crushing pain of the loss, but then there's that little voice, that nagging fear in the back of your head that whispers, what if they were the one? It is an absolutely torturous place to be stuck, so let's try to make some sense out of all this chaos.
And this is the central question, isn't it? One minute you're Googling how to get your ex back, and the very next minute you're trying to figure out how in the world you're supposed to move on with your life. It feels like every single path forward is completely blocked because you are caught right in the middle of hope and reality.
And this battle, this fight between the pain you're feeling right now and the fear of what the future holds, that right there is the core of the heartbreak dilemma. It's like this emotional tug-of-war that just paralyzes you, making it feel totally impossible to move in any direction at all.
But what if I told you something kind of crazy? Something that honestly is pretty liberating. What if the path to actually moving on and the path to potentially getting them back were the exact same path? I know it sounds impossible, but stick with me here because both of those goals are achieved through the very same process.
Okay, so we've got one path, and it leads to two different positive outcomes. But before we can even think about taking that first step, we have to face the real obstacle that's blocking the way. We have to understand the one thing that's making it impossible to either move on or give things a real chance to work out.
And that obstacle, we're going to call it a heartbreak addiction. Now, this isn't just some cute metaphor. Your brain has literally become addicted to that person. The breakup is the chemical equivalent of having a drug ripped away from you, and it triggers intense withdrawal and this desperate, all-consuming need for just one more fix.
Look, understanding this addiction is the absolute key to unlocking why you feel so incredibly stuck. This isn't just about feeling sad, no. This is a powerful psychological process that has hijacked your emotions and is driving your every action. Let's dig in and see just how deep this parallel really runs.
I mean, just look at this. The parallel is, well, it's undeniable. The withdrawal, the intense cravings, that desperate search for a fix, these aren't just for substance abuse. With heartbreak, the pattern is identical. That obsessive need to check their social media, to send just one more text, yep, that's you seeking a fix. You're chasing a fleeting moment of relief from the pain.
All right, let's switch gears for a second and talk about something called stakes. Think about it. People only make big, meaningful changes in their jobs, in their lives, and especially in love, when something real is on the line. We only truly commit when we are faced with the genuine possibility of losing something that's deeply important to us. And this is where it all clicks together. Every single time you reach out for that fix, by answering their text or agreeing to get coffee, you're not just feeding your own addiction. You're actively, single-handedly lowering the stakes for them. You're cushioning their fall, making sure they never, ever have to feel the true weight and the painful reality of your absence.
And this whole pattern, it traps you in this vicious cycle. It's a place I call the limbo loop, a state of, well, comfortable misery. You're not really together, but you're not truly apart either. And this loop can go on for months or even years, preventing any real healing or any real progress for either of you.
So here's exactly how the loop works. It all starts with that intense, gut-wrenching pain of withdrawal. So, to soothe it, you seek out a fix, a text, a call, whatever, and for a second you get a moment of relief. But that one action immediately lowers the stakes for them. Why would they miss you if you're still right there? And the result? You both stay stuck right where you are, in limbo, and the whole painful cycle starts all over again.
Man, it's exhausting and it's so incredibly painful. So the obvious and really the only question that matters right now is this. How do you break out of it? How do you finally short-circuit this limbo loop for good?
Okay, so the good news is, the way out of this thing, it's not some super complicated 10-step plan. In fact, it's going to be one of the hardest things you ever do. But the plan itself is incredibly straightforward. There is a clear, actionable way to break this cycle for good.
The solution is just two words, and they are powerful. No contact. A dedicated, unbroken period of no contact is the only tool that does two things at once. It starves your addiction, and it raises the stakes for them. It's the only way to create the space needed for any kind of genuine change to happen.
And the best part? You can start this right now. It doesn't matter if you broke up yesterday or a year ago. Step 1 is to commit to a clean break. Step 2, and this is the most critical part, is to decide that it starts today. And step 3 is to mentally let them go, to finally, truly begin walking your own path.
So, remember that impossible choice from the very beginning? Get them back or move on? This is where no contact shows its real power. It pretty much guarantees one of two positive outcomes. Path A. You break the addiction, you heal, and you move on to find the happiness you absolutely deserve. Or Path B. The stakes finally become real for them. They actually feel your absence, and they are given a genuine opportunity to realize what they lost. No matter what happens, you take back control. Either way, you win.
So look, the path forward is clear. It's going to take discipline, for sure, but it puts the power right back in your hands. It lets you break free from that awful loop and start moving toward real happiness, either with them or without them. The only question left is, are you ready to raise the stakes?